Why do we crave closeness yet fear vulnerability? Why do we wear masks to fit into society while desperately yearning to be authentic? The philosophies of human behavior stretch far beyond the surface, revealing a complex choreography of instinct, emotion, and social conditioning that grip us tighter than any chains of iron. Consider this: each interaction you have, each kind word, each fleeting smile, and every bitter argument, echoes the vast echo chamber of human existence throughout history. When you experience joy, it bleeds into the fabric of your memories. When you are hurt, that pain catalyzes your reactions for years, if not decades. The weight of these experiences collectively shapes the ambiguous nature of our actions and reactions, often distorting the very essence of who we believe ourselves to be. Now, ask yourself, who are you beneath these layers of expectation and experience? Strip away your roles: the dutiful child, the reliable friend, the devoted partner. Who remains? In the pursuit of belonging, have we become mere actors, parading as versions of ourselves designed to appease the gaze of others? The answer lies not only in the psychology of the individual but also in the inherited psychology of societies. Think for a moment about the quiet suffering embedded within millions of hearts, beating in tune to a rhythm of misunderstanding and disconnection. The philosophers suggest that the struggle of existence is universal, but have we ever stopped to consider why? What if our behaviors, those seemingly random acts of kindness or moments of cruelty, are etched deep within the human experience, a reflection of our species' complex fight for survival? Delve deeper, and a radical shift unfolds. What if our strongest attributes, our capacity for compassion, morality, and empathy, are inextricably linked to the darkest impulses rooted within our psyche? The very instincts that guide us towards altruism emerge from evolutionary mechanisms designed to protect us. We extend our hands to help others, yet subconsciously, we do so to weave safety nets of community for our own survival. In a world steeped in competition and perpetual struggle, kindness becomes not merely a virtue, but an essential instinct echoing through the corridors of human evolution. Now close your eyes for a moment and imagine your greatest fear. Perhaps it is vulnerability or the fear of not being loved. In confronting this fear, have you noticed how it alters your behavior? You may find yourself constructing elaborate defenses, the walls you erect growing ever higher to shield your heart from potential wounds. Ironically, in your efforts to avoid pain, you may inadvertently insulate yourself from joy. It's a dichotomy, a tragic irony, that to seek emotional safety, we often sabotage our chances for authentic connection. This tension between longing and fear weaves the tapestry of human behavior. It drives the frenetic rush of a tender date, the toothbrush closet intimacy of lovers, or the flash of jealousy that grips friends when rivalries spark. Beneath each behavior lies a wellspring of unexamined desires and fears, swirling together in an emotional maelstrom, a reminder of the intricate web of connection that binds us while simultaneously setting us apart. Yet, as you navigate the labyrinth of human emotion, philosophy challenges you to confront uncomfortable truths. What does it mean to be truly free from these psychological chains? Imagine a life unbound by the compulsions of fear, where love, forgiveness, and authenticity reign supreme. Would it be liberating, or would it feel alien, as we abandon the safety of our constructed identities? The psychological study of human behavior offers not mere explanations for our actions but invites us to partake in an existential inquiry steeped in the intangible power of connection. Are we merely the products of our environment, shaped by the genetic cards we've been dealt and the conditioning imposed upon us? Or do we possess the autonomy to transcend those forces, to rewrite our narratives and embrace vulnerability as a mode of strength? The psychology of human behavior compels you to not only explore the why and how but also the transformative what if. What if every fear you face is merely an opportunity for growth? What if every moment of pain is a step towards understanding and compassion, for yourself and others? As you sit in that cafe, perhaps you, too, will reflect on the currents of human emotion that define not just your individual experiences but the collective journey of humanity. Are you willing to dive deeper into your psyche, to confront the fears that bind you? And dare you venture forth, not just as an observer but as a participant in the complex dance of human interaction? In grappling with the mysteries of human behavior, we not only strive to understand ourselves, we learn to embrace the profound depth of our shared humanity. The paradox of connection and isolation, love and fear, defines our very essence. Herein lies the mercurial beauty of being human, a messy, turbulent existence pulsing with the potential for growth, connection, and ultimate understanding. Let this exploration of the intricate psychology of human behavior envelop you, for in it, we may find not only the essence of our existence but glimpses of what it means to be truly alive. As you navigate this sea of humanity, pay attention to the unspoken rules that govern your actions and those of others. What drives a person to adhere to conventions, to wear the same brands, to share the same ideals, and uphold the same systems of belief? Is it merely the instinctual desire for acceptance, or is there something more profound at play? The threads of social conformity are resilient, woven from both fear and necessity, yet they leave a haunting residue, the constant inquiry of self-worth tethered to the approval of the crowd. The weight of societal expectations can feel unbearable. The modern individual is often faced with a paradox: to stand out and be true to oneself risks alienation, while blending in may lead to existential ennui. The pressure to present a polished version of oneself, curated for social media and public consumption, has birthed an epidemic of comparison. We scroll through the curated lives of others, taking snapshots of happiness, success, and adventurous lifestyles, questioning our own paths. Questions ripple through consciousness: am I enough? Am I doing life correctly? Who am I without the applause of others? But what if we flip this narrative? What if we embrace the rawness of our imperfections, the chaos of our authentic selves? To step away from the relentless pursuit of a perfect image and into the liberated space of simply being can be terrifying yet exhilarating. It demands a radical acceptance of oneself, complete with flaws and fears. Imagine the liberation found in shedding the weight of external approval in favor of internal validation. What strange, beautiful connections might arise from that vulnerability? As we peel back these layers, we unveil the impact of our primal instincts manifesting in our choices. We are not just logical beings, we are creatures of habit, of instinct, layering complex emotional structures atop our raw, survival-driven selves. Our laughter is often a mask for discomfort. Our relationships are sometimes transactional in nature, bound by unarticulated terms. In essence, are we not constantly engaged in a dance of survival, of our self-images, of our social standings, of our very souls? Consider the power of empathy in this context. This capacity to understand and connect with others' emotional experiences can serve as a powerful antidote to the futile exercise of comparison. Each heartfelt interaction, where we allow ourselves to be raw, reveals fragments of collective humanity, erasing boundaries built on fear. As you embrace vulnerability, an unprecedented cycle of connection emerges. Each act of genuine compassion serves to shatter the illusion of separateness, grounding us in shared experience. But herein lies another paradox: genuine connection requires courage, and often, this courage is born not from a lack of fear, but from an acknowledgement of it. Vulnerability is often mistaken for weakness, when in fact, it embodies profound strength. Think of the most influential leaders, artists, and change makers. They have not been the ones who have shied away from their vulnerabilities, but those who have embraced them. Their strength shines through the messiness of their authenticity, which invites others to join them on the journey of exploration and growth. Let's extend this inquiry into the realm of conflict. Imagine two people, entangled in a disagreement, their voices rising like waves crashing against the shores of understanding. Each person's position seemed rigid, their identities entangled in the tension of opposing truths. Why do we cling so fiercely to our opinions, often at the cost of the relationship? Underneath these disputes lie a myriad of psychological defenses: fear of disconnection, fear of being proven wrong, fear of feeling less than. What if, instead of armor, we approached conflict with curiosity? What if, in the midst of heated discussions, we allowed curiosity to replace conviction? The exploration of differing perspectives does not weaken our stance, rather, it enriches our understanding. Each voice carries a unique narrative, a blend of experiences that has shaped its perspective. Listening is not merely a passive act, it is an active engagement with the humanity residing within the other, a chance to recognize the shared fears and aspirations that encapsulate us all. So, how do we reclaim this psychological landscape? How do we begin to examine the intricacies of our own behaviors and those of others without judgment, a process of reflection rather than reaction? Mindfulness emerges as a transformative practice in this regard, steeped in the art of being present. Through mindfulness, we learn to observe our thoughts and feelings without judgment, to recognize them as transient bubbles of experience rather than immutable truths. In practicing mindfulness, we cultivate insight into our motivations, illuminating the often elusive workings of our minds. We begin to recognize why we lash out in anger, why we retreat in fear, or why we yearn for validation. Within this space, we develop the ability to respond rather than react, to engage with the world not as a collection of threats to our well-being but as a kaleidoscope of opportunities for connection, growth, and shared understanding. Let us journey deeper still, into the realm of transformation. In understanding the psychology behind human behavior, the embrace of curiosity can yield profound personal growth and social evolution. When we allow the vulnerabilities of our existence to intertwine, we enact a collective metamorphosis. This journey is not linear, it is a spiral of discovery, often returning to familiar themes and fears while forging new pathways for connection and insight. The essence of human behavior is not a singular pursuit of happiness but rather a tapestry woven with threads of despair, joy, confusion, and awe. It demands our engagement to sift through the noise and seek not answers, but understanding. To traverse this turbulent terrain requires bravery, the courage to dig deep, sometimes unearthing wounds that fester beneath the surface but also discovering the incredible reservoir of resilience that lies within. As you stand at this intersection of human behavior, where psychology meets philosophy, where fear meets empathy, what choices will you make? Will you engage in the brave act of authenticity? Will you allow yourself to be vulnerable in your relationships, paving the way for deeper connections? Will you let curiosity guide you through conflicts, inviting others to share their stories, their truths, their sorrows, and joys? As each of us embarks on this intimate exploration, we contribute to the wider narrative of humanity, a narrative in which we embrace our complexities, forge connections, and ultimately find solace in our shared existence. The psychology of human behavior is not an abstract study confined to textbooks, it is an active, living exploration that shapes our connections, our choices, and our very selves. In every moment, we wield the power to transform, not just ourselves but the world around us. In acknowledging the psychology of our behavior, we open the door to new relationships, new understandings, and a richer tapestry of life. So let us venture forth, guided by empathy and curiosity, toward the luminous potential of human connection, transforming uncertainty into courage and fear into thriving communities. Herein lies the profound beauty of being human. Amidst the chaos and complexity, we are bound by our collective journey, forever seeking connection, understanding, and the light that flickers within us all. Thanks for looking.